I think it would be a good idea for us to explain, like from the beginning, how it all started. This journey that is like a lifetime journey. Um, okay, so in Brazil, we have what is called faith healers or benzedeiras. If you're listening and you're Brazilian, you know what we're talking about. So those are usually women, like middle-aged women, that practice kind of a spiritual Catholicism because they include figures and images from Catholic Church into a spiritual practice. And it's usually helping everyone if you have like a bad, like evil eye, or something is not feeling good in your body, or if you went to the doctor, they couldn't find what's wrong with you, but you still don't feel okay. People usually go to faith healers. And our mom took us there for the first time when we were pretty young. And it was kind of a scary experience, in my opinion, because the place was dark and she was in a rush, that woman. And she was like touching us, like, let's see what's wrong with you. And she said we kind of had an evil eye or something.
Our legs were not straight, something like that.
Yeah, the legs were also not straight.
I don't know what she meant by that. It was not like literal, I think.
Yeah. And she made us drink this holy water with a piece of coal inside. So like the bitter taste of coal, I remember very clearly. So I think that was the first non-traditional experience we had. And we didn't really care much about that because we were like 7 years old, probably. And then later on in life, I found out like when I was able to surf the internet.
I think by that time, I was 7 years old. We were like, oh, the fairies will protect me. I don't care.
Yeah. I don't need you in your prayers, woman. The fairies will protect me. What you're talking about?
No to the fairies.
Yeah.
Let's see who they're
like together. Well, I'm protected. It's like that. I almost had wings myself. But I think when I grew a little bit, I started to watch a lot of videos about astrology. So I found like YouTube channel of like Lada, Astrolada, and that's where I learned astrology. And nowadays I even like do my friend's birth chart and all that stuff. It's super cool. But it was like more than a decade learning about astrology, like slowly. We're not professional astrologers or anything, but we kind of have a basic knowledge and we know about the transits. And I started to make sense of my own reality and understand myself through realizing my birth chart. It's better than any personality test you're ever going to take. I guarantee.
It's better than a psychologist, I would say.
Yeah. You understand. I mean, I don't know if it's better, but it's another way of understanding yourself. Because just looking at the chart, you can know like your life purpose. You can know what is your style of communication, what is your style of loving, what is your style of like expressing yourself, feeling, etc. So it's great.
But I think the most important thing about learning astrology for me was self-acceptance, as we talked in the last episode. Because I was like, I understand now that there are a lot of ways that people can express their feelings, that they can feel things, that they can relate to people, that they can do, all those different areas, 12 different areas in their chart.
Yeah.
And acknowledging that diversity is also giving me permission to be who I am and not having to be like other people who I thought were the model, so to say.
That's a good point because my friends, they asked me once like, oh, you always ask people like their birthdays and stuff, like, but seeing their birth charts and knowing their like signs and stuff, does that influence you to how you perceive people? And I thought about it. I was like, actually, no, not in. I don't judge people by their whatever is written on their chart. Actually, that helps me to understand how they think and how they process their own information so I don't make misunderstandings. Because the way I express myself might be completely opposite from someone that has a different sign. And knowing that they will express themselves in that way actually helps me to accept the way they really are and not trying to impose my own worldview into someone else.
I'm just laughing because you said, oh, I don't judge anyone by their birth chart. And then I imagine you saying like, oh, you have a bad Pluto position.
Oh, we have to say when they have like hard aspects, right? You don't want to lie to your friends.
It's not a
Life is not
judgment.
always easy. It's not a judgment. I'm just warning. This Saturn Pluto thing is not gonna work very well. Just warning you. Yeah, and after astrology, we got to know tarot and psychic reading.
Hand in hand.
Dear Carlene, she was the first one I think we got to learn about tarot reading and psychic reading. We had a reading from her. It was amazing. And the tarot teaches so much about archetypes that we can, it's not like a literal thing, but you can really use tarot to understand your life situations because you kind of channel your energy when you're doing a reading for yourself or other people.
And I think tarot is amazing because you not only learn about the archetypes, which was something I was not aware of, but also you recognize all these different aspects of life. And like even the death card, I'm not afraid of that. It's just like a transformation. And also, I think using tarot, I started recognizing that I am also someone who is capable of doing that. And I have an intuition and I should listen to it. You know, it's not like picking random cards. If I got this card, it has a meaning, it has a purpose. Um, it's not random. So I think it allowed me and can allow people to trust in themselves more and trust that they're being guided and that they can receive messages by themselves.
Yeah.
And you should follow your intuition.
It's really empowering because tarot is really about intuition indeed. Because when you get a spread of cards, that's a storyline. And the way you're going to interpret that story is really based on how you're feeling and what you know in the moment. That's why it's a different story every time. You can get the same spread for a different person, and two different people, they're going to have two different stories because they have different lives. And also, oracle cards are beautiful. You can collect them, they're super pretty. And after that, I think we found out like acupuncture and Reiki. You want to explain? Because you did the Reiki training.
Yeah. I did a short Reiki training. It was really interesting. It was really nice. It is a type of energy, Japanese energy healing. And I think most people know about it, but it's just like hand positioning over the body. You don't have to touch anyone. You can just like from a distance project your energy into them. And they have some kind of symbols that activate this energy, and then you repeat some words in your head while seeing that symbol. And then it's quite interesting because your hands, they get hot. My hands are really cold all the time. And when I start doing this, my hands get really warm. It's really impressive. I was really, oh my goodness, it's real. Like I have physical.
The energy's coming. The energy's coming.
Yeah. And you have to open your channel to the divine energy, so to say. So the Heiki master, invites you for this initiation process, and they open your channel, and then you can start channeling this energy to heal other people and yourself. And the interesting part about Heiki is that usually people who are very sensitive to energy, they feel very drained easily. So you think, oh, if I am projecting my energy to another person, I'm gonna feel drained because they're taking my energy. But no, actually it's the opposite. With Heiki, every time you practice that, you are energizing yourself as well. You're functioning as a channel, so you can heal other people, but you're also healing yourself. So it's like recharging you. It's really amazing. I don't practice it a lot. I should practice it more and learn more about that. But short experience with Heiki was really, really nice. I highly recommend to everyone.
The first time I had it was together with acupuncture, and oh my gosh, that was like really amazing. It was trippy. It was like psychedelic experience, honestly. Because maybe because we're open to energy, but I remember I was lying down and he put like the stones, like first the needles for the acupuncture, and then like some gemstones on some spots in my body, and then he would place his hands to do the healing part, and it starts from the head. So when he placed his hands close to my forehead, my gosh, like my eyes were closed, but I could feel like color and shapes and size swirling around, like tripping. I was like, what's going on? I was like pink and golden and this and that and all. I was having like this euphoric feeling, like just laying down, like all the energy coming at me. And then when he moved his hands like from the third eye place to the throat, the vision kind of faded and I could feel the energy shifting to another part of my body. But because it's not close to the brain, maybe, or close to our third eye, I couldn't feel like the whole visual experience anymore. Just like I could feel in my body, my body could tell me where the energy was entering. And that was amazing. So actually, this very strong impression just happened at the first time. Other times that I did this kind of healing, I didn't feel so trippy, but I recommend.
I think it was because we kind of had this ability when we were very young and then it was blocked out. And it was the first time that we had contact with energy again, energy activation and all that. So that's why it was so intense. For me, it was a little bit different, but it was also like very visual. Some people they don't have this visual thing, but they feel other things. But I also saw different colors depending where his hand was over my body. It was really, really interesting. Every time he moved, I saw a different color.
Did it follow the colors of chakras or no?
I'm not sure because at that time I didn't really know all the chakra colors, but I believe so. I mean, since I didn't know, I don't remember if he fit it or not, but I think so. It's really interesting.
Yeah. And then because of like this color and energy projection, you can also actually see people's auras. And if you pay attention, I know some people are gonna think we're crazy, but and to this point, if you don't think we're crazy, thank you very much.
Welcome to the team.
No, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the team.
Just one thing: if you're seeing us on YouTube and you can see your aura, please comment down below what you see, what color you see.
Yeah,
I'm curious. Yes.
Some people can see even through videos, but if you want to try to see the color of your aura yourself, what you can do is like put your hand like in a white background, kind of a arm length from you, and then you start looking at the edge of your palm or the corner of your arm or something like that, and don't focus exactly on your hand or the wall, but the space in between. Let your eyes relax, and like please don't try to blink, just like relax your eyes, and you're gonna start seeing kind of this energetic space in between that is like your energy from your body projecting outside of you. And if you pay close attention, you can start seeing colors. I saw my parents aura color, my sisters, my own, and the color can change, and each color represents something different. So
I remember
very cool exercise.
Really interesting one time that I saw the aura of a person, but it was not, I didn't try. It was not on purpose. I was having a meeting with my professor some years ago, and I was like concentrated on what he was saying, and suddenly I was kind of like feeling a little bit lightheaded, and I started seeing this blue thing around him.
Oh,
it's
wow.
so funny. I started seeing a blue light around him. I was like, am I crazy?
No.
And then I realized, oh, maybe it was his aura.
Probably yes.
I was just like, oh, my head is so light. What's going on? I'm trying to concentrate here. And suddenly, woo.
What color is your aura, like when you could see it?
It's kind of blue last time I tried. But for me, it's not so natural. I don't know. Like, I cannot see one person and instantly say, oh, your aura is this color.
Yeah, I need to pay attention as well, like concentrate. It's not so natural. Maybe with time it will improve.